I'm Maria and this is Cook Casa. I've been asked many times to share some of the recipes from my Mediterranean restaurant Casa, based in Bury St Edmunds. I'm also hoping that these videos will give you the confidence to get into your own kitchens and cook. Now, although I'm a chef, all of these are going to be filmed in a home kitchen with all the stuff you will find at home in your kitchen. So let's get started. Okay, today we're going to do feta and pomegranate salad. Now this has been on our menu at Casa for as long as I can remember. It's got quite a few ingredients, all easy to prepare, and actually when you come to assemble it, it's really quick and fast. So we're going to start off roasting some yellow pepper and some red pepper. Quick little trick on getting the most out of a red pepper. Take its bottom off, take its top off. That bit then comes out very easily. And then if you just lie it like that and you take it round, and as you go round, you get rid of all those white veiny bits in the middle and you lose the seeds. So you end up with just nice clean pieces and no seeds and none of the white membrane. Just going to cut that into little squares. Now we're going to have the oven quite hot to do these, so I've got it on 200. That will then give them a little bit of browning, but without them going soft and squidgy. That should be enough. And the other thing that's going in with that is a butternut squash. So when you cut through a butternut squash, the bottom half will have the seeds and things like that. So I'm going to use this bit here just so I can show you how to deal with that bit, because that's all we'll need. Now you can either peel it with a potato peeler, but you'll need to go through twice because that white bit that shows there is not particularly nice. If you can keep a steady hand, you can also do it with that. Obviously you lose a little bit more, but for today, that's for speed. And then we'll just cut that off there. And where you go and you've got the seeds, the easiest way to deal with the seeds is just to use a teaspoon to scoop them out, because you don't want those in there either. So what you then end up wanting is a nice clean piece with none of the white bits around the edge and none of the seeds. So we'll trim that off and then just cut that into cubes as well. Now, what I would do, I'm only going to do small quantities here today. So I'm going to pop those on a tray with a little bit of oil. And I'm going to give the butternut squash about 5-6 minutes before I go in with the pepper, because the butternut squash takes a little bit longer. Don't want to do it on 2 trays. You don't need to make more washing up. So I'm going to pop that in there, and then in about 6 minutes or so, I'm going to add the other peppers. But for now, we're going to do that, pop that out the way, and I will show you what they look like when they come out the oven. So that's what they look like. You've got a nice little bit of caramelization on the butternut squash and on the peppers, but they've still got texture. So the only other thing we've needed to cook is the quinoa. Now, quinoa, when it starts off, looks like this. It's very grainy and sandy, almost like. Tiny little beads. I don't know if you can see that on there. And when it's cooked, follow the packet instructions, it will come out like this. So you can see it actually opens up. Hasn't got a lot of taste. It's high in protein and gluten-free, so it's a popular grain as an alternative for people. So move that out the way. And then we've got grated carrot. I just peeled and grated that. I'm not going to show you how to peel and grate a carrot. Then we've got feta. This is classic feta, just diced. Then we've got pomegranates. Now, the easiest way to get seeds out of a pomegranate is to cut it in half. And then if you've got a wooden spoon or something like this, and then you just give it a good bash. Really therapeutic. There we go. And then it just loosens it all off and the seeds come out. What you don't want is any of this white membrane. So again, I'm just going to pop that out the way. And that's what you end up with. So we've got pomegranate seeds and no white membrane in there. The only other thing that needs any kind of attention for this is the pumpkin seeds. So I'm just going to turn my ring on there, and we're just going to heat that up, and then I've got pumpkin seeds. You could get away without toasting them. I just think they're much better toasted. So while that heats up, we're going to do the dressing. So for the dressing, I've got olive oil. You can use rapeseed oil if you prefer something lighter, as I say. And then I've squeezed a whole lemon, and I'm just going to add that into the 150 ml of oil. Then here I've got cinnamon and allspice. So a pinch of each of those. This is pomegranate molasses. It's sweet, like molasses sugar would be, but it's also got quite a bitterness to it as well. It's a really interesting flavour. You wouldn't want to kind of eat it by the spoonful. And that's a tablespoon and a half. And you can see, so basically it's pomegranate juice that has been boiled and boiled to reduce down till it's all kind of syrupy and gloopy. And that's what it will act also like. So with the lemon juice and the pomegranate molasses, it will act almost like the vinegar would in a dressing. Now, I'm a firm advocate of generally chopping garlic, but for this one, it does want to be crushed. So I've got a clove and a half of garlic, which I'm just going to crush straight into there. Scrape that off with a knife. So, and then I've got maple syrup. Honey was in the original recipe, as I said, but that is then not vegan. And as I've said, you can make this quite easily vegan. So we're going to use a teaspoon and a half of the maple syrup. And that is everything then for your dressing. And I'm just going to use my favourite piece of equipment, which is a stick blender, and just give that a blitz there to emulsify it all. And there you've got your dressing. Now, while this has been going on, I've got a nice hot pan here. I'm only going to do a few. You just want to keep them moving. And remember as well that when they start to toast and you take them off the heat, the pan will hold the heat. So it's very easy to over toast them by not getting them out the pan quick enough. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to get a piece of kitchen paper so that when they're done, I'm just going to tip them onto that so we don't end up with burnt ones. Move that down there. Just starting to toast. If you're not happy flipping them like that, just poke them around a bit. And you just want to see them, they'll start to pop and crack, and then you know that they're well on their way. And it does change the flavour of them. It gives them like a nutty toastiness to it. Can we hear? Yep, they're starting to pop. So turn that off. So then you have got everything you need. So all we're going to do now is to assemble it. So I'm going to bring this up here. Got the lettuce. What you want to do is you want to do it so you can see every colour. So you don't want to pile it all up so you lose what's underneath. So we start off with the mixed leaves. Then we sprinkle a little bit of carrot. Then our red quinoa. So again, you want to see the carrot and the leaves coming through. Then we go with the pepper and the butternut squash. Then we're going to put on the feta. I don't like it crumbled because I like to be able to pick and choose what I want on each forkful, but you want small pieces because feta is quite strong and it's the saltiness in the feta that balances everything out. Then the next thing to go on there is the dried cranberries. You want these as kind of neutral as possible. Sometimes they put all kinds of preservatives and things in them, but if you buy good quality ones, you can taste the difference. Now this is the point at which I put the dressing on, because you don't want to put the dressing on top of the toasted pumpkin seeds. So I just drizzle that over the top of there. And now we go toasted pumpkin seeds. And as it's feta and pomegranate salad, pomegranate seeds. And they go on last because they look very pretty and bejeweled. And there you have feta and pomegranate salad with the pomegranate molasses and lemon dressing.